Ryan Garcia is going to stop Conor BENN. I'm calling it right now. Both of these guys are talented, but Ryan, he's better at what they do than Conor is. Conor fights off speed and athleticism. And we thought he fought off power, but ever since he got caught, the green eggs and ham haven't been able to get in the system. He doesn't have the power. Ryan has showed power before and after failing the test. Ryan has been showing power since the amateurs. And he fights off athleticism too, but I think he's more athletic than Conor. He's also a larger man than Conor. Only thing that Conor beats Ryan in is stamina. But when you watch Ryan Garcia fight, he's learning how to work behind the jab. He's learning how and when to move. When I watch Conor BENN fight, I see a lot of jittery movement. I don't see him setting anything up. I see a lot of jumping in. And also, his last fight was against a man coming up from 140. That's not preparing you for a Ryan Garcia fight. Now, these two are in talks to be fighting in August. I think Ryan would knock Conor BENN out in the late rounds. I think Ryan is that fast, that powerful, and I don't think Conor BENN has the right type of defense to deal with a Ryan Garcia. And also, Ryan has been hit by some of the hardest punchers like Tank Davis, and he's got off the canvas. I don't know if Luke Campbell was one of the hardest punchers, but he got off the canvas then again. So a guy who hasn't showed power since being caught on PEDs in Conor BENN, he's not going to be able to hurt Ryan. He's just not. Devin Haney hits pretty hard. He couldn't hurt Ryan. So I just don't see how Conor BENN wins this. Ryan has way more experience, been doing it longer, and is getting better day by day, getting a higher and a higher IQ. Because that's really where Ryan was lacking. Basic fundamentals, IQ, stuff like that, working behind the jab. But he's not lacking in power, speed, athleticism, none of that. And once again, he's a taller, larger, rangier guy. So if Ryan sit there and time Conor BENN while he's jumping in, he can knock him out. Or even if he leads with those crazy hooks, if BENN doesn't see it, he can get knocked out. And remember, he couldn't drop Regis Prograis, a guy that's been dropped plenty of times in his career. So don't expect Ryan to get dropped like he's in there with Rolly or somebody like that. This is a perfect fight for both guys too. It gives Conor a chance to compete for a belt, and it gives Ryan a chance to defend his belt against somebody that's close to the same level as him, but not better than him. So it kind of gives Ryan some clout. I'm a champion and I defended my belt. Look at me. Now, anybody who knows boxing, they know really, for real, Conor BENN shouldn't even be a contender because he hasn't done anything. How you fight somebody from 140 and you didn't even stop him. You didn't even have a miraculous performance. It was kind of a boring performance. But how can you fight somebody from 140, barely beat him? Now, he didn't barely beat him, but not even hurt him. And that warrants a fight with Ryan Garcia. It doesn't make sense except for the fact that Ryan has a big fan base and Conor has a big fan base. So a lot of money's going to be made. It's perfect matchmaking for Ryan. It's really good matchmaking for Conor BENN as well because it's like you can't throw him in there with Haney. Who are you going to throw him in there with? Even Josh Kelly would do him dirty. Like, who are you going to throw him in there with at 147? Top guys. You couldn't throw Conor BENN in there with Brian Norman. Like, Conor BENN is a very, very special case. He has to be handled very carefully by his matchmakers. And I think that they're going to be biting off more than they could chew by picking off Ryan Garcia. When Ryan is in there with somebody that he's better than, he's a front runner, right? When he's in there with somebody he's better than, he demolishes him. Look at what he did to Barrios, a guy that's larger than Conor BENN. But y'all let me know what y'all think.